Welcome to Time to Win podcast. It's not just a podcast. It's the official personal growth locker room of life where champions just like you gather to cultivate their courage, create a life-changing game plan of success, and celebrate their wins. I'm RJ Jackson, your personal growth coach and host, and I'm committed to seeing you win. As a professional speaker and growth coach for over 3 decades, I've worked with and inspired thousands to grow their greatness and transform their setbacks into a comeback. And now it's your turn. It's time to win. So if you're ready, grab something to take notes with. We're about to dive in. Let's go. Fight, win. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Time to Win podcast. I'm a little excited because we have come to the end. And so often people start, but they don't ever get to the end. But we did it, my friend. We have reached the end of this month's Women History Month celebration. All month long, we've celebrated the achievements and the contributions of women throughout history. Now, we all know, however, the struggle is real, and it definitely continues. As women, we still face challenges and obstacles in our day-to-day lives. And now it doesn't matter if it's in the workplace, it could be in our homes or in our community. The struggle is real. But we also know that we can take steps to overcome the challenges and shift our mindset and experience joy in the journey. I want to invite you to stick around because although we're coming to the end, we have not arrived just yet, my sister, but we're going to get there. But not until I tell you how we can overcome some of the challenges that we face, shift our mindset, and experience joy in the journey. But just before I do, let me let you know that today's episode is brought to you by The Cure for Women. The Cure for Women at thecureforwomen.com, where women grow, heal, and belong. Check out The Cure for Women at thecureforwomen.com. Now, in today's episode, we're going to talk about how we can overcome some of the challenges that we still face, shift our mindset, and experience joy. Yes, girl, in the journey. I want to share with you 3 tips that will not only empower you, but encourage you to create your own story. Yeah. Women's History Month is coming to an end, but her story still continues. We're just turning the page. It's a new chapter, my friend, and we want to continue to grow, heal, and belong. So let's get started. Let's talk about what we can do day to day, on a day-to-day basis, in order to conquer our daily challenges. Because don't get it twisted. And challenges are going to happen. I don't care how good you have it right now. You could be on top of the world. And that's a good thing, because that's where we want to be. But it doesn't mean that we're going to stay there. Life has its ups and downs, its valleys, its hills, its the good and the bad. We can't help what happens to us, but we certainly can decide how we're going to respond to it. We can either let it make us better or bitter. Bitter or better. It's just a matter of replacing one letter, the E or the I. It's all up to you, my friend. So, how do we make that a little bit easier? Well, number 1, what I want you to do is not just take notes and write this down on paper. I want you to write this on your heart so that today you can start making the change to live the life you desire and you deserve in the midst of the struggle. You know that song that says, we don't wait till the battle is over to shout. We shout in the midst of the battle. We don't celebrate when it's over. We celebrate while we're going through, because we know when it's over, in the end, we win. And so I want you to be encouraged I want you to start where you are with what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Start with what you do have, and here's what I want you to do. Number one, start believing in yourself. Believe in you, because you, my friend, are good enough. One of the biggest obstacles that we as women face is self-doubt. I mean, we often question our abilities and we second guess ourselves. And this has a way of holding us back in our personal and professional lives. But it's time. It's time to win. It's time to start believing in yourself, my sister, and your capabilities. It's time as a whole that we as women start believing that we're good enough. Good enough. Remember the words of Eleanor Roosevelt. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Believe in yourself and your worth, and others, they will follow suit. Remember, my friend, you are capable of achieving great things, but you have to believe in yourself first. It doesn't really matter what I say. It matters most what you believe. And yeah, it's okay to have doubts. I mean, that's only human. And if you're listening to this, you're probably only human. I'm just saying. But the truth is, we don't have to let our doubts consume us. We can start now trusting in our abilities and focusing on our strengths. Because when you believe in yourself, you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish. And so what's something quick and easy, lemon squeezy that you can do to speed up the process to help you believe in yourself is when you find yourself doing something right, accomplishing something, finishing something. Maybe you just cooked dinner, and where you would normally just keep moving, just say, hey, I did that. I made dinner. It looks good, it smells good, it tastes good, it is good, and I did that. One of the ways to start believing in yourself, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy, is to acknowledge what you've accomplished. Too often we talk about what we haven't done, and we rarely talk about what we've done. When we start talking about what we've accomplished out loud to ourselves, then we start believing that we're capable, because now we have what they call receipts on our awesomeness. So yeah, girl, start believing in yourself. You're worth it, like more than you will ever know. And here's what I want you to know, that God started something good in you, and he promised to complete it. So trust in him with all your heart. Don't lean to your own understanding when it's all whacked and jacked up. Listen, trust God with the plans that he has for you. Plans for a future and a hope. Plans to succeed and not fail. You can do it. Oh, and guess what? We're here to help if you're willing to open up. All right. We know it's time to win, so time is not waiting on us, so let's keep moving with it. Tip number 2, set boundaries. How do we continue her story to be victorious? We have to understand how important it is to set boundaries. Now, I gotta tell you, this is another challenge that many women face, and we want to do it all. Like, we don't have any boundaries for ourselves, let alone have other people have boundaries for us, because we think we are superwoman with a S on our chest, an S on our chest. Yeah, the S don't stand for super, though, when you're trying to do everything. You know, there's a theological term for it when you're trying to do everything for everybody all the time. The S is that theological term, that's just stupid. I'm just saying that's just stupid. Now, don't get it twisted, because I did not call you stupid. But what I'm saying is, when we believe we can do everything for everybody all the time, we have, kind of lost our mind. And the ideal of thinking that's possible, the ideal of it is just stupid. So we want to set boundaries for ourselves. We want to believe that it's just not possible. And take the pressure off of ourselves. Take the lid off the pot. Let the steam out. Like, we're expected to be perfect. And I think people expect us to be that way because that's the expectation we have on ourselves. To be perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect friends, perfect employees, perfect bosses, perfect entrepreneurs. Just perfect. Oh my gosh. Just saying it's overwhelming. I'm tired just from saying all the things we expect ourselves to be perfect in. But this is why it's important to set boundaries and prioritize our own well-being. Be able to say no to the things that don't serve you, don't help you heal, grow, or you don't even belong at the end of the day. But we got to learn how to take time for self-care. And self-care is not selfish. You know, there's a saying that says you can't pour from an empty cup. And you can only treat people the way you feel. Most of the time we're miserable. We're frustrated. We live with regret and guilt and shame and doubt. And we aren't any good to ourselves, let alone anyone else. But yet we put on a facade. We smile. We fake it till we don't make it, but think we can. It don't work. All I have to say about that, perhaps you even know it to be true. It don't work. It's important, my friend, that we set boundaries, that you take care of yourself first. And when you take care of yourself first, everything else will fall into place. Everything, okay? Take care of you. Here's what I do every week to take care of me. I go bowling. Like, that's my thing. I go, throw the ball, hang out. And I always say, if you hear any noise, it's just me and the boys. Oh, yeah, there's some ladies, too. We're just doing our thing. Filling our cup so we'll have something to pour out. Now, that's just one of the things. But that's one thing for the most part, you can count on me doing. I mean, last week I was like, I'm not going to go bowling. I'm just going to stay home. I got too much work to do. I was like, and it's going to rain. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is for me. I'm doing everything for everybody. This for me. This for me. Girl, if you don't get up for me. I'm like, I'm going bowling. Oh, yeah. And I went. And guess what? It was sunshine. It didn't even rain. Even though the weatherman said it was going to rain, it didn't even rain. Now, just imagine had I stayed home. Do you think I would have felt good at the end of the day when it didn't even rain? And then I was doing everything for everyone else and nothing for myself. No, I would not have. And you know what? You don't either. That's what's wrong. That's why you toe up from the floor up. That's why you're disgusted and busted and don't want to be trusted because you don't want nobody bothering you because you're mad. You're bitter, not better. Because you're empty and you're still trying to give what you don't have. Let me help you with it, my sister. Here's my 2-word counseling session for it. Stop it. Stop it. It doesn't work. It just don't work. You're killing yourself softly, as Roberta Flack would say. Listen, set boundaries and guard your heart. In Proverbs 4:23, it says, above all else, guard your heart. For everything you do flows from your heart. And your heart is barely beating because you're all beat up because you don't have boundaries. Trust me, I get it. I get it. But I'm not doing it no more. I promise you I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson well. You can't please everybody, so you got to please yourself. I don't know why I keep forgetting I am a professional speaker, not a professional singer. I don't know why I keep getting that twisted. Maybe because I love making a joyful noise. And thinking of joy, let's move on to tip number 3, because tip number 3 says, find joy in the journey. Find joy in the journey. Listen, if her story is going to continue, if we're going to make it through the day, let me just say, if we're going to make it through what we're going through, let me just help you out. We got to find joy in the midst of the struggle, because life is not just about achieving your goals. It's also about enjoying the journey. And the journey, yeah, it could be rough. It could be tough. But it's going to be some lessons learned. We're going to be able to celebrate some victories, and no matter how small they might be, it's important to celebrate them. Find joy in the journey. Look for the good in the midst of the bad. Don't forget to have fun. Enjoy the process. Learn a lesson. Forget the detail. And when you find joy in the journey, you'll be more motivated to keep going. You got to wake up with the word in your heart, like where the Bible says, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. And again, I say, rejoice. And again, I say, rejoice. And be glad in it. Now, yeah, I know I mixed two scriptures there, but I just want you to get the point. Psalms 118 and Philippians says, rejoice. And again, I say, rejoice. Remind yourself in the day when you first start out that this is the day the Lord has made. He started something good in you. And he will complete it. You see, this will help us find joy in the journey. So when things go wrong, when people cut us off, when people don't keep their word, we can look to the good in the midst of the bad. We can do that. That's what finding joy is in the journey. Now, I don't know. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever just felt like, where's the joy? Like, I ain't got no joy. Like, man, this is too hard. Nothing's going right. Like, my bills are past due. I don't have enough money coming in. Nobody supports me. Like, what am I doing? You ever ask yourself that? Like, what am I doing? Like, maybe I should just quit. Maybe I should just run away. You ever felt like running away? Like, because life has been so hard. Like, you've been struggling so much. You just feel like stuck with like almost no hope of things getting better. Let me help you out. First and foremost, you are not alone. And I personally know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to go, is it over? Like, should I quit? Is it going to get better? Like, am I going to walk again? Am I going to be able to put on shoes again? Like, when are things going to get better? I know what that's like. I promise you, I asked myself those questions. There was a time in my life, honestly, I didn't feel like giving up on life, but I felt like giving up on what I had believed all these years God has called me to do. And I was on the edge. I was like thinking, it's just over. Just admit it, RJ. It's a new season. It's over. And you might as well get out while you can before the door gets locked and then you won't know what to do for sure. But then, my friend, something shifted in me. And I realized that at the end of the day, I wasn't just a flashlight. I was a flashlight with batteries that worked. Brand new batteries that had power. The power to change my own mindset and take control of what was trying to take control of me. And then I started focusing on the positive things. Okay, I can't walk, but I can talk. Okay, I can't put on shoes, but I could put on some red lipstick. For real. And I tell you what I did. When I shifted my mindset, my thoughts, and I put on the red lipstick and I started talking, even though I couldn't even hardly talk, I just gave it my best and I used what I had. Let me help you. Before I knew it, I found myself in the winner's circle, surrounded by other successful women who had also learned that they were a flashlight with batteries too. And they discovered the power of a positive mindset. And let me tell you, we stick together. Life may not always be easy, but when you are ready to grow and heal, and there's a safe space for you to belong, and you connect, then you find joy in the journey. You discover how to deal with the pain, not only of the past, but the pain you're going through right now in the present. It really is all about shifting your mindset and taking control of your life. I want to encourage you, my sister. Don't let the struggle hold you back. Believe in yourself and your ability. Set boundaries and prioritize your well-being and find joy in the journey. Celebrate the small victories and don't forget to have fun along the way. I told you, I found myself in the winner's circle. And the way I found myself there, it was important for me, so I created the winner's circle. And I invited other women to come and join me. And they did. And now, it's your turn. It's your turn to join us in the winner's circle. So I want you to reflect on your life and identify areas where you're feeling stuck and challenged. And I want you to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to start believing in the awesomeness that's inside of you. I know it's there because God put it there. He started the good thing in you, sister. And then I want you to set some boundaries. Start saying no to some folks. Prioritize yourself. Take care of you so you can better take care of other people. And yes, girl, I promise you, when you do those two things, you will find joy in the journey. And remember, life is not always easy. I know I keep saying it, but I just want you to know you're not crazy when you feel that way. It's true. It's real. But with the right mindset, with people supporting you, encouraging you, getting underneath you and lifting you up, by positioning yourself to grow, heal, and belong, you can overcome anything that you put your mind to do and you trust God with. So let's work together towards creating a world where women, just like you and I, are empowered to succeed and make a positive impact. Where women, just like us, can create history with her story. Let's do it together, and let's do it now. So if you're ready, I just say, let's go, fight, win. Connect with us and let us know you're ready. You can connect with us at timetowinpodcast.com. That's timetowinpodcast.com. We'll be waiting to hear from you. In the meantime, in between time, remember, in case no one's told you today, let me, RJ Jackson, your personal growth speaker, coach, and strategist, be the first one to say that you are somebody special. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're the head, not the tail. You're the lender, not the borrower. You are more than a conqueror. God started something good in you. And all he wants to do is partner with you so we can go, fight, win. Because his promise is, in the end, we win, my friend. So let's go do the thing. Let's go do the thing.
Thank you for listening to Time to Win. I recognize that you appreciate the value provided in today's episode, and for your gratitude, I'm giving you a Time to Win VIP listener badge. So head on over to timetowinpodcast.com. That's timetowinpodcast.com and claim your badge and gain immediate VIP access to more of our next level resources and opportunities, including details on the huddle, a table for 10, the Cure Circle, and the Cure Retreat. Because you've enjoyed today's session, you can also express your gratitude by rating, reviewing, and returning next week with a friend. Oh, by the way, be sure to screenshot today's episode and share it in your Instagram and Facebook story or on your favorite social media platform. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week in the locker room of life, here on Time to Win. And remember, the best time to win is now.